This time, Judo Master's willing to listen to her, and he actually gives her some good advice about her relationship troubles and like following her dreams and being there for other people. It's good stuff. But they decide to play Scrabble, or the version there is called Scrabble.
Scrabble.
There has to be an end to the weird name changes, but Scrabble's a good one, especially because like at the end when she gets beat, she's like, "Oh, I hate Scrabble," or "I suck at Scrabble." It's very, very effective. And then a moment of silence, and darkness is here. He says darkness is here, like darkness just pulled into the driveway.
What's going on, everyone? I am Phil, along here with Joe.
Hey, Phil. Hey, everybody.
We are talking Peacemaker, Season 2, Chapter 7?
7. A kiss in the night. And it's fine, but I'm over the puns. I feel like we could do better. I feel like there's like 10 things in this episode that people say that would be better as a title. I think Nazi Croc would be a better title. And also people would be like, Nazi Croc? Is there a crocodile that's a Nazi in this world? You gotta watch the episode to find out.
I mean, we will find out.
I mean, spoiler, there's not. But maybe there should be. Nazi Croc. I'm, of course, referring to a croc floating in a pool, and it had a little swastika giblet. Did you notice?
I did not notice that. I was watching on a tiny screen, so I must have missed it.
It must have been so small.
Before we get started, we should say spoilers for Peacemaker Season 2 up to this point, Chapter 7, Peacemaker Season 1, The Suicide Squad, Superman, Creature Commandos.
Just in case, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, anything and everything DC so far. But mostly for this episode, because there's some deep, juicy spoilers in this episode. We start with no flashback, just like last time.
Yeah.
Again, they've got a pattern, and they just abandoned it. No flashback. Instead, we pick up right where we left off, which is with Harcourt 2 saying, "Get Harcourt 1." She's not me. So it picks up right away, and we get a nice exchange real quick between Peacemaker and his Harcourt, where she's like, "How did you not know this place was bad news?" And she points out, like, everyone's got a copy of Mein Kampf on their desk and the flags, and the best of all is that mural.
Yeah, giant mural of Hitler.
Giant mural of Hitler that he's walked by in at least every episode that he was in that universe. He walked by it every time, but no.
So I'm curious, like, if we go back to watch previous episodes, will we see like that in the background?
Maybe like the side of it, you mean? Not the
not the full, obviously, but
I feel like we were always in the perspective of the mural. Like we always saw people walking by with the windows in the background. And is James Gunn saying that we're the mural of Hitler? This cannot stand. I do not accept that. That rolls. I mean, they decide to fight their way out, which is great because as the theme music starts kicking in, Peacemaker's just walking by a guy, he knocks up the papers, and it's a little bit in slow-mo. And when they get down to the lobby, this happens after the credits, but like that jetpack thing, it got me. It floored me. I loved it. Like he's like, hold on tight, and then just like, bam, banks off the wall through a window, and she's like, "What's your problem?" I mean, it's key. He's still figuring out how to use it. Like if I got a jetpack on, it would be a complete mess. True disaster.
Yeah. I mean, that's why he has the helmet, right?
That's the only reason he wears the helmet now. He's like, activate protective helmet. We get that opening credit sequence. They do the Sieg Heil hand gesture, right? Like they do the I didn't
It was
notice it
smart.
before. Where it's the group of them. There's a part where they're like jutting their arms out, and it's like, and I don't want to do it, so I'm kind of just. um, anyway, there's tons of stuff in there. That one is the first time I saw it. This one, that's the only reason I bring it up. Uh, but notable about the credits this time through.
So one of the things that I had noticed in previous watches of the credit sequence is that first we have the kind of 11th Street Kid gang, then we have the Argus gang, and then we see the 11th Street Kids gang again. But like Judo Master's in with them.
Yeah, you're right. They do the whole like
Yeah,
this move, and he's behind. Like he does a flip behind them.
yeah.
Yeah,
But like I thought that foreshadowed like Judo Master changing sides,
I like that.
which I mean we see some of that in
Yeah,
this episode.
he's got some great stuff in this episode. Of course, he switches right back once it's most advantageous for him. But who can blame him? Uh, we open to the show proper. We get Vigilante and Vigilante. Oh, Vigilante's giving Vigilante the rundown of what this world is,
Yeah.
and then Vigilante's telling Vigilante what it's like in Earth One. And both of them are appropriately surprised. Although I feel like side by side, Vigilante Earth 2 is more grounded. Most probably because he lives in like a hellscape and he knows how dangerous it is. Especially when Vigilante 1 says, "Oh, one of the people I came over with is technically black."
Technically black.
Yep, she's technically full on black.
I mean, he's not incorrect, but he's hiding some stuff.
Yeah, at least he didn't do like finger quotes.
My
uh,
favorite interaction though, is when Vigilante 2 said like asks Vigilante 1 about like what happens in their world and like
sure.
Vigilante 1 is like, "Oh, the Americans won World War II." And Vigilante 2 is like, "Oh, you must live in a utopia then." Then Vigilante 1 goes, "Um," which I think like that does a lot of heavy lifting.
It really does. Do you know that offhand the name of the actor that plays him?
But Freddie Stroma, I think
Eddie
his name is.
Stroma. He's doing great work this season. I mean, everyone is. He's really locked into Vigilante, like his rhythms and everything. So, like
Yeah.
in terms of like the humor, it feels different than everybody else, which I love. Yeah, he's. I got nothing but good things to say about him. He's double the pleasure here. Although, spoiler to the future, I don't think they nailed the vigilante side by side fight sequence.
Yeah. I mean, I was a little disappointed by that as well.
All right, we'll get into it as we get there. We then cut to the mob of angry white people chasing Adebayo down the road. I also think that this was a letdown because, I mean, it's important to note that Keith gets called away. So it's just an angry mob without Keith at this point. But they're chasing Adebayo, and the end of last episode was shocking and like terrible. That image of her being chased down the road. And in this, I feel like they kind of copped out of it. Like not that I wanted to see her get caught, I but I don't think that the way she got away was convincing at all.
Well, I mean, like I feel. I mean, first of all, she jumps that fence like a champ.
Absolutely, I was like, "Uh
Yeah.
oh, offense, she's in trouble." But no, she's like, she gets right over it.
But then, like, she happens, like, she's in the backyard and like of this house, and then she decides to go through the pool for some reason.
That's really what gets me. Is like she has people behind her. She looks to one side, and there's other people coming in. But getting in the pool is not the move. Like
Yeah.
they really needed to show that she was surrounded and that the pool was her only option. And I don't think that they pulled that off. Although, at the end, like the end result of her, so she hops in the pool, she starts swimming, and then she gets to the other side, and Judo Master's there, and he pulls her out, and then he electrocutes all the idiots that followed her into the pool, which was everybody. Like, guys, spread out around the pool. She's gonna
Yeah.
have to get out at some
Why
point.
did like I mean, I guess it reminds me of like a zombie movie, that sequence where like, they're just they follow in a straight line kind of thing and they follow her into the pool. But they're
The
not
lemmings walk.
zombies, they're actual people.
I know. They're
Um,
stupid suburbanites, though. Like stupid racist suburbanites. Uh, and they're like lemmings. They just walk off the cliff. He shocks them, and they all die. And then they're able to head off. Uh,
and we see the aforementioned Croc.
yes, thank you. They do a close up. Thank you for. They do a close up on the Nazi croc, just floating there in the water, dead. We then join Augie and Keith, where Augie is giving Keith the rundown for the. If you don't remember, Augie had captured Economos. He's got him tied up, and he's explaining to him all the info that he just that the Economos had vomited it out. Like, we're from another world, and your son's dead. uh, but Augie's explaining to Keith that he thinks that Chris is dead, um, and Keith says he thinks Harcourt's in on it too because she's wearing pants.
Yeah.
Great, great stuff. Like that, it was an excellent callback, I thought. Um, Eagly tries to help Economos escape by bringing him string, just a piece of string,
I mean,
and Economos yells at him, and Eagly walks right over the fridge and just gives it a little tappy tap, like, "Yeah, you want to get out? You got to give me some of this." Again, like with Vigilante, they're really building him up as a character this season. We then cut to Judo Master and Adebayo, who are hiding out in a house. It's not an abandoned house, but the people are away on vacation. Good for them. Judo Master gives Adebayo the rundown of what's going on. He's learned everything about this world from history books. Like, that's what he says. He's like, I've been reading these history books while I've been just squatting here. And it seems so crazy to me because how do you not get your information from the news? Like, I don't know, maybe I'm just a TV junkie and like, but if I was in a place, I would be like, what is this world like? And I would turn on the news and try
yeah.
to figure it out that way. Because someone's
I mean,
telling you
is Judo Master like a speed reader? Like, does he? Because how many books did he read before he figured all
right.
this out?
Yeah.
How many history books does this family have?
Yeah. Where did he hide out? Um, but yeah, it seemed very strange to me. But I do like the idea of him speed reading. I wouldn't put it past him. But I feel like no one in this world watches TV. Even Peacemaker, when he's, I mean, I guess he's only been there for like 2 days or whatever, but he he's not watching the news. Like, I feel like there'd be tons of Hitler stuff all over the news. I don't know. Um, they have a great moment. Like, what was really cool is that she gets her moment of being able to share with someone else. I've been complaining all season that she's the sounding board for the entire 11th Street gang. This time, Judo Master's willing to listen to her, and he actually gives her some good advice about her relationship troubles and like following her dreams and being there for other people. It's good stuff. Um, but no, but they decide to play Scrabble, or the version there is called Scrabble.
Scrabble.
There has to be an end to the weird name changes, but Scrabble's a good one, especially because like at the end when she gets beat, she's like, "Oh, I hate Scrabble. I suck at Scrabble." It's very very effective. She's explaining to Judo Master how Chris is actually a good guy.
Hmm.
And she says you have to open up your mind to him, or you open your mind up and get past the cheesy parts because what's below is really uh, like one of the sweetest guys in the world. And they're solidifying that they're best friends. She and Chris are best friends, which I don't know. Like, I know they tell us that. I don't know that I always feel it. Maybe because they don't have a lot of screen time this season, but
Yeah.
um, they're telling us more than showing us. To me, though, this says that Adebayo is a goner. I think she
What do you
dies
think?
this season. That's the figure. That's my theory. She dies and he breaks down. Chris is going to break down. I mean, he's going to break down at the end of this episode. Another breakdown is around the corner. I don't know. What do you think about that? Do you think any chance she dies?
I mean, I don't know. I hope not. But like I think I mentioned before in one of these episode recaps is that James Gunn really loves to kill the thing that we love.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. He'll cut it down. um, Oh, I just wrote down the Scrabble words I saw. I thought they might be important, but after I wrote them down, I didn't think so. You get blues, squirmed, run, united, dog, wig, baseball, and star. And, and then a moment of silence and darkness is here. He says darkness is here, like darkness just pulled into the driveway. It was my favorite line of the show. Another contender for a title that would have been great. But he walks over and he basically says, we can sneak over to the house. We then get the motorcycle sequence, which is a pretty significant one of this episode and of the series, probably. The cops are chasing Peacemaker and Harcourt on the Peacemobile. What do they call it? The Peace Cycle?
Cycle.
Thank you. But even though they're being chased, they still have a moment. She leans her head on his shoulder, and I swear, if you told me he jizzed in his pants, I would be like, of course he did. Like the look on his face. Go back and watch that scene. He's like, oh. But he grabs her hand and they have a very sweet moment. I feel like I don't want to armchair quarterback, but you either dial that scene up or you dial it back. Like let them have a moment where they're not in danger, or let them have a moment around complete danger, like stuff blowing up and like cars driving off the road. Like this felt like, oh, this isn't a great time for that. So either make it a time where they can appreciate it, or make it a time where the world is around them is blowing up and they're really like, focused on each other. That's what I say. Did you enjoy the motorcycle scene?
I mean, I guess there's something to be said about, like, it's kind of a I don't wanna say downtime because they're in the process of escaping,
Right.
but it is like a quieter moment. Like,
It is,
they're
yeah.
not actively, like, fighting off people.
Right. We then head over to uh, a scene with Rick Flag and Sasha Bordeaux. They're going to find who Lexus set them up with, which is the tall mustachioed gentleman from the Superman movie.
Yeah.
Do you know his name offhand?
I don't remember his name offhand. I just remember
Ha-
that
I think it's
that facial
Happerson or
hair.
something. Yeah, I just I just remember all this. Um, he's in prison for what happened in Superman, and he goes. They take him to the hub where Lex Luthor fought Superman from, like his little control room. And basically, long story short, Rick Flag wants to find the door, and this is the guy that's going to help him be able to do it. Great, and he does it really, really fast.
Yeah, immediately.
Immediately, they're like, "Well, where do you want to start?" And he's like, "I want you to start in Washington State." He's like, "I got one. I got a." He's like, "You got what?" "I got a pain." Like
It's right
right
there. I can
away.
see it right there.
In this scene, he talks about how this is different. He says, paraphrasing, but this is different than the doors we use. It has a stabler connection. It's more secure. And that reminded me of a conversation we had about the little frog guy carrying the purse, and we talked about like, oh, reverse engineering and like second generation. But it looks like this is OG tech. The Peacemaker one is OG tech, and Lex is using the reverse engineered stuff. Would you agree? Yeah.
I mean, it's possible. Like, it's possible that he's just using like a version of that technology. I did like the kind of call back to Superman where he said like that their portals were wobbly and that if you left them open too long, they would collapse. And which is what we see happen in Superman.
Right. But this one's secure. They can set it up, leave it up as long as they want, no
Yeah.
problems. So it becomes suddenly more attractive. Do you think Rick Flag is still focused on revenge, or does he really have a plan where this door is now the most important part of his mission?
I mean, I don't know what Rick Flag's interest in the portals is. Like, I don't know what he would want them for. I mean, I think because of what happened in Metropolis, he would want to like contain them so that
Sure.
like that technology wouldn't spread, but, like, if he has a plan for this portal, I don't know what it is, and, like, I don't know from what I've seen of him what it
Yeah,
could
I mean,
be.
it could be anything. Like, it could be like he wants to uh, get his revenge by throwing Peacemaker into, a hellscape, or maybe he wants to go find a different version of Rick Flag Jr. And we know we saw that one that's in. I mean, he's a Nazi, but I mean, he's still alive. Rick Flag Jr. is still alive in Nazi world. So I mean, something like that could be cool, but it's true. It could be anything. We then get oh, Peacemaker and Harcourt arrive at the house where Economos and uh, Augie and Keith are all are, and Chris basically pleads his case. He's like, um, your son did die. It was an accident, but he does it with sincerity and everything. And Augie's super receptive to it. Keith is not.
Yeah.
In this whole section, like the cops show up, and we get an appearance from the cop from season 1. Forgive me, I don't have his name pulled up. I feel terrible, but um, y'all know. um,
Um, I think of him as the, Betty's father on Riverdale.
I, you know what? As many people as watch that show, I bet a lot of people think of him that way.
Yeah.
He's great though, super funny, and really great to see him again, and a great way to bring back people we miss from the first season. Of course, a lot of the people from the first season were people of color, so they cannot be brought back unless we dig deeper into Earth X, which no one like. It's great. No, it's a terrible place. Augie sends the cops away, and they had killed the cops earlier, so with those two exchanges, it's clear that Augie does not love law enforcement in this world, or
Mhm.
the cops in on it. And then we get this is Robert Patrick. This is the best he's been in the series in this moment. Maybe not. I mean, he gets to do some pretty crazy stuff in season 1. This is he's wonderful here. MVP Robert Patrick moment. This entire sequence, because he's giving Chris what Chris has always wanted. He's understanding, he's listening. He recognizes in his own son the flaws that son has, but still loves him, which is what fathers should do. And it's really beautiful. I thought Robert Patrick was amazing here. It was what I wanted from this, because we learn he's not a bad guy. He just lives in a bad world. I mean, that's the big takeaway, right?
Yeah, I think so. And it's interesting because, like, I think knowing, Augie from Earth 1, knowing that he's a white supremacist, and, like, I mean, suspecting that this Earth 2 was Earth X where the Nazis won, like, I think that led us to believe that Augie too was also a Nazi or a white supremacist, but,
Yeah,
like, he may have not been, it appears.
it was wonderful misdirect, because yeah, we totally make that assumption. But with all the talk in this season about like the grass is always greener, you're here for a purpose. I couldn't help but look at this Augie and think, oh, they would have been better if they swapped, right? Like angry Augie belongs in this angry world.
Yeah,
But I mean, I don't think Earth 2 Augie would agree with that, because he says things like, I didn't create the problems in my world. Um, he's just focusing on what he can control, which is what a lot of people do in this world too, in our world.
mhm,
Um, and he there's a moment where he talks about, he's like, I once saw another version of myself in the chamber, and there was something wrong with him. Like he came from a terrible world. And I don't know, it really, it makes you look at everything that's happening in Earth 2 completely different, I think. Uh,
yeah,
like maybe even Keith isn't that bad of a guy. He's just super pissed now because of what happened to his brother and what's about to happen to his father.
yes,
So Robert Patrick is finishing up his Emmy speech, and just beyond him, you can see, oh, something's going on back there, and it is Vigilante bursting through the window. like a Keith in the night, jumping through and prison style
Yeah,
stabbing him to death. I mean, he finds the one weak spot because he has his blue demon outfit on, but he
yeah.
gets him right in the neck and just puts him down. Did you see it coming? Were you shocked?
I mean, I guess I was both shocked shocked and not shocked because, like, I was shocked that, like, they killed Augie
Yeah,
again,
yeah, yeah.
um, but not so necessarily shocked that Vigilante would have done that. That seems very much in his character.
That's on brand. He very much Leroy Jenkins that moment. That's very on brand for Vigilante for sure. So then the chaos begins. Let's run down some of that chaos. The Vigilante double fight. I was super excited when it started up. And we get a
Yeah,
couple
me too.
shots, a couple cool pistol moves, but then it's really more coverage of people getting like the cops getting shot or whatever. And I feel like we don't get to see this vigilante on vigilante action that we were salivating over
Yeah.
last week.
Yeah, I feel like there was a missed opportunity here because of how in sync they were in the previous episode. Like, I feel like having them be in sync during a fight would have been, great to see. I don't know if there are budgetary constraints.
Yeah, maybe it would have been a movie moment. Like if this was a movie, that would have been something else. Like it would have been a stand up and clap moment. um, um, all the cops die. Keith is mourning his father and gets super angry and bursts through the there's a study or library or whatever you want to call it. Bursts through that wall. So cool. He knocks over Peacemaker. Everyone jumps on him and like holds him down. Yeah, which is great because Eagly even gets in there and is like cars up his head. But it's one of those moments where like he's so powerful and angry that they all it takes all of them just to hold him down. Uh, and Peacemaker breaks down. Do you want to run
Yeah.
down the breakdown?
Well, I mean, I guess I wanna go back to, like,
Oh yeah,
them gang
it's
tackling Keith,
sure.
uh, because, like, they go to town on him. Like,
Yeah, yeah,
it was shocking even to me. I was like, "Oh, this is uncomfortable." Like,
yeah. No, this
um,
and it pushed Chris over the edge.
yeah.
It's nice though because he doesn't blame them. He says, "What's wrong with us? Like, why are we like this?" And then he starts to think about all the people that he has been responsible for killing, and then he pulls the blame towards himself and sort of focuses on he's the reason that these people are dying. He's the common denominator. Like, there's nothing wrong with your world. There's nothing wrong with my world. There's something wrong with me. That's where Chris is at the end of this episode, which is really cool. Adebayo pulls him into the chamber, and they're running across in slow mo. I I watched it twice, and I noticed this both times, but like I thought it was strange that John Cena was in there, like going, like looking, like huh, almost as if he's like, I don't remember which way my house is. But Adebayo is like focused like a laser. Like I mean, she's also escorting him, and he's also a wreck, so maybe that's part of it. But I thought it was a choice, and I was like, they didn't talk about this. It's important to mention Hardcore goes back in to finish off Keith. What's Keith's name? His superhero name.
Um, I don't actually know.
Yeah, it's like Captain Triumph or something.
He's one of the top trio is all I know.
Okay. I think it's Captain Triumph. I don't know, but we love him all the same. She goes in there to finish him off and she says, I can't have you coming back for him. Um, means you're saying that she's not worried that he would come for them, but like specifically Chris. It's kind of true. Chris needs to make sure this never follows him. And what do? You can't like just destroy the door. I don't know, they'll find you. I don't know. She is stopped from taking him out. Vigilante does get a very cool moment in closing the door. He closes it like a boss, man.
He keeps that door closed.
Yeah. He's yeah. I mean, he should be a doorman. That's like at a fancy hotel. And just be kicking doors closed behind people. Uh, we do see Keith pulled away. He's still alive, and this is for sure. This whole season is just like his villain arc, right? Like he might not come back next episode, but he could come back at season 3 as a
Yeah.
huge adversary for the 11th Street Gang, right? Like, is that something you'd love to see, or should we
I
let
mean, I
Keith
think it'll be
die?
I don't think it'll be interesting to see, like, I don't think we'll see him in the next episode.
Nah, yeah, I feel like we're done with Earth 2 this season, right?
I think so.
All right. As a whole, are you satisfied with that, or did you want more?
I mean, I think I would like, I think I would have liked more, but story-wise, I think, like, Earth Earth 2 has done its job
Yeah,
story-wise, and I don't know if we necessarily need to see more Earth 2 in the final episode.
I think you're right. Uh, for me, at least, like this season, I wanted to know more and more and more about Earth 2. But you're right. Earth 2 served its purpose for the characters from Earth 1's story. Like
Yeah,
it's not
exactly.
about Earth 2. It's about the character. It's about Chris and Adebayo and Harcourt. So yeah, like it's true. They did what they were supposed to do. But like, I mean, I want to see like I want to see the bigger world. I want to know what's happening on a grand scale. Like who's in charge of the world? What did they do with the minorities? Even though we get little teases and everything, but it doesn't matter. We might find out someday, but they'll come up with another story instead, and that'll be fun too. All right, what was the most comic book moment of this episode? Anything pop out at you?
I mean, there's a lot of fighting in this episode. I don't know which of the fight scenes is the most comic booky. I would have, like, hands down, if the vigilante plus vigilante fight were better, it would have been that.
You know, yeah, you're exactly right. Like that whole shootout standoff, like that's a very superhero moment.
And I guess I wouldn't say that it was bad by any stretch of the imagination. It just didn't live up to my expectation.
Yeah, it's a problem. It's a bummer. All right. We have a few options in the segment of how do you want to die? Not a few, but we have a couple of good ones. Um, I mean, vigilante jumping through the window, prison style stabbing you in the neck, or this could be two, the pool. You want to die surrounded by
Hmm.
Nazis, electrocuted by judo master in a pool.
I feel like getting stabbed in the neck prison style is probably quicker, and I wouldn't if I'm like Augie too and like facing away from the window, and I don't even know what happened.
Right. All right. We're gonna we have a difference this week because I think the pool might be better. I think you do die faster. I did, or I mean, you get electrocuted, but you still die. You like it's like 30 seconds later, you're not alive. You're dead. Um, and also you're not there with your children. Like Augie's son was there, and he had to die like in front of him, and it ruined Keith's life. You know what I mean? In the pool, you were just surrounded by white rage. So that no one's gonna be upset about that. So um, I go pool this one.
Okay.
What did you think about this episode overall? And what are you looking forward to next week?
I mean, I enjoyed this episode. Again, like I feel like it was very action heavy. Um, and like again, the vigilante squared fight was not up to my expectations. So I guess that's on me. I did enjoy it, but I feel like it could have been better. How about you? What
Right.
do you think?
I'm right there with you. Like I enjoyed it. I recognize that they are doing good TV right now, and this is maybe better than season 1 even, which I liked. I enjoyed very much. But expectations are kicking me in the nuts. Like the pool thing, the vigilante fight, not like closing the door literally on Earth 2 and not having, questions that are now answered. I think you're wise to say that this is our problem. James Gunn's telling the story that he's wanted to tell, and it's our fault for wanting something that he's not telling. But then, I mean, any creative person would say, "Well, then you tell it," and
Yeah.
then we get together and we're like, "All right,
Oh,
how crazy are these assholes?"
Peacemaker season 3
Yeah, Peacemaker season 3 is the worst thing in the world. It's a lot of vigilante fighting back to back with vigilante
for no apparent reason.
for no reason. Um, oh man, what if he just goes into a house of mirrors, and just fight? I mean, I love it. I'm excited for next week though. Like,
Yep.
I'm excited to see how they wrap this up, and I'm actually excited too to start a new show. I don't know what we're gonna do next, but I'm excited.
Yeah, but we will have to be doing that at New York Comic Con
Oh,
because
that's right. Next week's New York
the
Comic Con.
the season finale premieres during New York Comic Con. We will be at New York Comic Con booth 3477, and I think we teased last week that we had a potential reveal, and
Yes.
I can show it right now.
Oh, it looks so good. We got our Eagly and his shopping list from the show.
Yeah.
M&M's,
Um,
lunch meat, chips, lima beans, peppermints.
so those will be available at our booth 3477 at New York Comic Con. So if you're watching this and you like the shirt, swing on by and pick one up. Um, but I guess we will potentially be recording the next recap at New York Comic Con. So
Yeah.
we'll see how that goes.
I mean, safe bet. Come by either Friday midday or Saturday midday. You might see us recording it.
We'll be doing some other stuff in New York Comic Con as well, which you'll probably see a little bit later. But what do you guys think of this episode? Were you satisfied with the vigilante plus vigilante fight? Let us know in comments below. And if you like this, feel free to give us a like, give us a thumbs up. And if you're not a subscriber, feel free to subscribe. And we will catch you all in the next one.